Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for making time in this afternoon with everything that's going on in the world. I feel like that should be the caption for every morning for everything that's going on in the world. To make time to sit with us and join us to talk about pleasure. Um, I find in very many of our spaces, especially civil society spaces, um, you know how you attend a conference, the party is always on the last day. The well-being is always at the end of the day. Things that bring us joy, pleasure, play, levity are often an afterthought. And this is why we need to talk about this. This is why talking about pleasure as an important frontline, defending our pleasure, defending our right to experience joy in the work that we're doing is a very important frontline for us right now, because particularly when we think about, as we've shared in the clips, we think about the digital space, and we recognize that we are participating in and contributing to what is known as the affective economy, where organizations, companies really are benefiting from our feelings. And we also see, by and large, that it's negative feelings that fuel a lot of dissent, polarization, and close any kind of avenues for meeting somewhere in the middle to understand each other. People that show up to express joy, and especially previously colonized Black, brown, queer, LGBTI, sex worker groups, name it, people who have been um, marginalized by structures that oppress. Um, the moment we dare to show up as happy and okay and chilled and satirizing our situations and cracking jokes about all these particularly horrible things that are happening to us and around us, um, the powers that we don't like that. We are not supposed to be seen or experienced as people who can still feel joy regardless of the circumstances. For those who are familiar with a lot of feminist canon and so on and so forth, there's, I think I wrote it down, there's Emma Goldman, who said famously, if I can't dance, it's not my revolution, right? And we've heard different iterations of this. There's no dancing at the revolution. I'm not coming. Yeah, I really believe in that myself. And also while researching for this picnic, and need to remind myself that it's a picnic, not the other W word. Um, I came across a book written by Adrienne Marie Brown, and something that jumped out for me is where they say we have to give ourselves permission to feel good, to experience joy and pleasure, even when the world tells us we don't deserve it. And that's why we said on this Wednesday afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world, we are going to show up and we're going to talk about pleasure. We're going to talk about the things that make us laugh. We're going to talk about those things that keeping you on these platforms and these spaces, the things that make you text that friend because you know they have the most ridiculous stickers that lighten your load, the sense of community through play, pleasure, joy that is resistance. For instance, in Kenya, the uptake of rural folks on TikTok. You know, people think that TikTok is this niche, cool thing that the city kids are doing. No, the rural folk will spend their last 5 megabytes on a TikTok video, and it would just be the best thing that you ever saw. And we are better for it as people who get to see um, identities, cultures that we have been socialized into thinking are less than or cannot experience joy the same way that we do. And why is this important as I head to close off and introduce our panel of speakers is very recently in Kenya, I saw this, I think, on X, somebody posted a beautiful video of this skater subculture, these Gen Z kids who, go to Nairobi in the middle of the city when the city is winding down, and then they find nice roads where they can skate from or skate through. And such beautiful videos were posted on social media. And everyone was like, this is amazing. This is lovely. Did not know we had a skater subculture in Nairobi like this. And what happened immediately after that is, if you're Kenyan, you can guess, we gave them awards. Absolutely not. Somebody was sent to arrest some of these kids. And it reminds me of that Sheryl Crow song where she says, I want to soak up the sun while it's still free. So we're living in a time where happiness could be penalized, where we don't know. So while we still can, advocate for greater access to joy and pleasure in our digital platforms, this is why we gather on a Wednesday to have this conversation. So thank you for indulging my mini rant. Um, I'm pleased to introduce our speakers. I'll just call out your name, and then you can tell us a bit about who you are, what you do, and how you're feeling today. We can start with you, Annette.